So what is going on, everyone? And today we're going to be talking about the iPhone 6. Now, should you buy the iPhone 6 in 2018? Let's begin and just get the answers out there. So, the iPhone 6 was released on September the 19th, 2014 with the Apple A8 chip clocked at 1.4 GHz with 1 GB of DDR3 RAM. The screen is a 4.7-inch 1334x750 display with a pixel density of 326 pixels per inch. So the battery in this phone is like 1821 milliamp hours or whatever you call it. So it's quite a small battery, but it is bigger than the 6S, but smaller than the 7 and slightly smaller than the iPhone 8. You can find the phone for around anywhere between £150 and £300. It depends on the storage that you choose and the, the condition. If you go mint condition, obviously with the higher storage, you will be paying more. So the phone kind of performs alright on iOS 11, but there is noticeable lag, and just scrolling through things, sometimes you'll see a couple of dropped frames and stuff like that. But the main reason for that is if you've got one of the older iPhone 6s from quite a long time ago, the battery has probably deteriorated quite badly, which will mean that the throttling is in action. Now, obviously, with 11.3, Apple are working on this, so you can turn it off, which actually I will do another video sometime, probably tomorrow, to describe how that works. But yeah, you can turn off the battery throttling if you don't want the feature on. So yeah, just a handy little feature there. You can also see your battery health, but that, like I said, that's for another video. But the phone generally performs okay, but not fast. It's going to be slow without throttling on anyway, and you're going to notice some lag, some slowdown, some dropped frames, some stutter, but it does alright, but really there is better. The camera on the back is an 8 megapixel camera and can shoot up to 1080p 60 FPS. And I believe it does slow-mo at 120 frames per second, 720p maybe 1080p, but I don't know. It takes okay shots, I guess, but it has no optical image stabilization. So if you tend to move the camera around quite a lot, then it's not going to get a very good shot. It can't stabilize or anything. That was in the 6 Plus, so yeah, but it just lacks a couple features and they really need to be added. But still, it works. I mean, this is a okay phone that's going to sort of get the job done. The front camera is a 1.2 megapixel camera, which Snapchat and stuff like that is not going to be the best, but I guess you could do Snapchat with this camera if you really wanted to and you didn't really mind. Just make sure you're in good light, as with the back camera as well. Make sure you're in conditions with okay light, just so that you have a slightly better photo. I mean, it'll probably bring out the best in the iPhone 6's camera if you go to better light. So, battery on this thing isn't that good. The battery is quite short lasting, although maybe that's because the iPhone 6s that I've used have all just like deteriorated badly, but generally they don't seem to last that long. I mean, the amount of people I know that say it lasts okay, but it's not brilliant. And I mean, I haven't heard anyone say to me, even when it was new, that the battery in the iPhone 6 is brilliant. Most people have said to me that it will last, it will get the job done, but it's nothing to like make a book about or anything. It's nothing special, and so that's the sort of honest truth. Gaming on this phone is going to be okay. It runs the latest iOS and will run most apps from the App Store fine. It may be dropping frames, lagging a bit on the newer games and stuff like that, but it will run them and it will download stuff like that, apart from if it specifies obviously that it needs like a 6S or later. It doesn't support the AR features of iOS 11, so there is no AR for the iPhone 6, but that's on the 6S or later. And finally, software support. Well, iOS 12 is rumoured to take out a lot of features now, which may mean the 5S gets iOS 12, which would then probably push the 6 up to 13. However, if anything previous is to go by, the 5S will get dropped this year, with the iPhone 6 coming in next year as iOS 12 being its last update, which obviously comes out later this year. But yeah, iOS 12 will be the iPhone 6's last update, and after that it will be dropped and probably stay on iOS 12. So should you get this phone? Well, no. Yeah, the honest answer is no, and the reason for that is because the iPhone SE costs around the same price used, and it's just a lot faster. Even though it's smaller, it's faster. So, or pay more for a 6S, but just don't get this. So, yeah, don't buy it.